So in the last session, we discussed about how to load the items by using FBDI template. Okay, bulk items we can load into the system by using FBDI templates, file-based data import. Typically, we can use these templates at the time of implementation to move the data from legacy to Fusion applications. We can use these templates, and later after implementation also, if you want to load the bulk volume of items, yes, we can use this template. This is a process we discussed. First, we have to download the templates from Oracle OER, and we have to prepare the data in the templates. Or reality, we collect the data from the client. Here for testing purpose, we'll prepare the item data, and we have to create the data files, or you can call as CSV files. And those files we have to place the UCM, Universal Content Management, and we can populate the data in the interface tables by running the process. Finally, we can import the data into base tables. Okay, first we'll place the files in the UCM. The data, whatever we have in that UCM files, that you can update in this interface tables. And from there, you can import the data into base tables. So this is what we discussed in the last session. Now we'll see the process. First, we have to download FBDI templates. To download the FBDI templates, you can search for Oracle OER. In Google, you can search for Oracle OER. Here you can find Fusion apps oer.oracle.com. This subdomain you can see, or else you can find this link. Oracle Enterprise Repository for Oracle Fusion Applications. Click on that link. And we have two options: cloud applications, on-premise applications. We are dealing with the cloud. We don't have our own servers to install and maintain the applications. So we are using the Oracle servers. That's what we are calling as a cloud servers. Click on cloud applications. Here, we could see different offerings, financials, procurement, different offerings you can see. Under supply chain and manufacturing, you can click on any one of the hyperlink. Okay, you can click on any one of the hyperlink. Click on any one of the hyperlink. Click on all books. After selecting all books, here you can filter the value called as implementations, or else you can scroll little down. You can see the same implementation section. And here we could see file-based data import for SCM. Here you can find the item template. You can download item template. By using the template, we can load the data. So click on HTML hyperlink. Just I'll repeat that navigation. Search for Oracle OER. Click on that hyperlink. Click on cloud applications. Under SCM, you can select any one of the hyperlink, any one of the offering or option. And just click on any one of them. Select all books. Once you select all books, it will display that information here related to supply chain management. What we can find here that we will discuss later. For now, our target is item template, FBDI template we require. Under implementation, we have a title called as file-based data import for SCM. Click on HTML hyperlink. So here you can find all the templates. We need template related to item. Under product lifecycle management, we can see one task called as item. Just click on this item hyperlink. This is the template which we required. Here is the link. And when we load the data by using this template, in these interface tables, we have to populate the data we discussed. We have to populate the data in these interface tables. And this is a job name we have to use. To execute this process, this is a job name. Along with this, there is one common job for any data imports. We'll see that. And we discussed one point. We have to place CSV files in UCM. In UCM, in which account we have to place that CSV file, that account you can see here. The UCM account is SCM item import. Okay, SCM item import. In this account, we have to place that file. Within the file, whatever the data we have, that we can populate into interface tables. From there, you can import into base tables. Fine. We'll go and download the template. You can directly click on that link, or else right click, says save link as. We have one folder which we created as a Mayo Clinics. You just, so there we have a rapid implementation template. Let's save this file also in the same folder. Save it. Done. We downloaded FBDI template from Oracle OER. Now we have to prepare the data. Go to same template. Here we have a folder called as Mayo Clinics. And this is a template we downloaded. Open this item import template. Say enable editing. And within this template, you can see multiple sheets. These are the different sheets you could see. And the first one is instructions under CSV generation. Okay, the first sheet is instructions under CSV generation. So this instructions talks about how you have to load the item into the system. What are the points need to be considered? Those details you can find as instructions. Okay, you may go through. You may go through these details when you work on this process. Other side, anyway, we are going to see how to load the data by using this FBDI template. Okay. Just you can walk through this data so that you can understand. So how this can be, with this template, how this process can be handled. Just go to next sheet, EGP system item interface. In every template, not only this item related template, take any template, any data template, Oracle is providing the sample data. So they are providing few sample items here. So here item revisions. Revisions is a separate concept. We'll see that. Item categories, we assign the categories to the items. Okay. And item relations. What are the different tabs you have when you create the item? Those tab related information you can find. Item associations, nothing but we assign item to child inventory organizations. That's how we have a different tabs. If you want to capture any additional data to support, there are different sheets here. Now we'll go to this first sheet, EZP system item interface. So here you could see sample data. You can remove the sample data, or else one record you can keep as it is for your reference purpose. Okay, for your reference purpose, you can keep one record. By referring that, you can create the items in this, or else you can remove complete data, no issues. Now, so transaction type, what we are going to do now? We are going to create item. Say you created already item is available in the system. You want to update, you select update. You enter some data and you are not very sure about whether the item is already available or not available. In those scenarios, you can give sync. Means if item is available, it won't create item again. If item is not available, whatever the data you are entering here, according to the item will be get updated with the any additional information if you provide here. Okay. So if you provide item related information here, already the item is available, it won't do any changes. If you provide any additional data for the same item, it will update. If item is not created in the system, it will create the item as a new item. So if you are very clear about the item is created or not created, okay, if you are not clear about, you can use the sync. If required, it will create, otherwise it will ignore. If you have any additional data, it will update additional information on existing item. Now we are going to create the item. Select transaction type as a create and batch ID. So when you create multiple items during the import process with a batch ID, you can simplify the load. Say you are going to load 1000 items. For 500 items, you can give one batch ID. Remaining 500 items, you can give another batch ID. So once you load this data into this interface tables, from here, if you want to import only 500 items, you can give the first batch ID, only the 500 will be imported. Later, you can import remaining items with a different batch ID. Okay. During this import process, to simplify the process, okay, to simplify the process or to import the selected group of items, we can use this field, batch ID field. Okay. And batch number. Along with ID, you may provide the number also. This is item number. In the system, if you set item number automatic, it is not mandatory you have to provide the number here. Okay, in the system level, the item class level, if you set number, item number generation is automatic, you no need to provide any number here. So in the system level, you set item number creation is optional, manual. Okay, item number user defined. So then you have to provide the item number as a mandatory here. Field is optional, but if you set item number as a manual user defined as per system, you have to provide the item number, otherwise you cannot create. So outside processing service flag, etc. These are the different item attributes and organization code. You are going to create the item from which organization that we have to provide. This is nothing but item master organization name we have to provide. And for the same item, here we are giving item number. Here we have to provide the item description. And we have seen how to create the item. During the item creation, we select template. The system, the same is possible from the template. Here, this item template also. In the item template, you can provide the template name so that system will create the item by copying the attributes which are available in the template. Source system code. Source system code means from which system you are bringing this data. Okay, before coming to Fusion, client is using which system? From which system you are bringing this data into Fusion application, the source system code you can provide. You can notice here, these all are not mandatory. Okay, these all are optional. You can see here, star mark means required. See, certain fields are mandatory, but still they are not giving as a mandatory. Reason is here update option also they given. For create, those may be mandatory. And if you talk about update, all may not be mandatory. That is reason for create purpose, which field should be mandatory, those also they are giving as optional by considering the update scenario. We should aware which fields we know, like when you create item, what minimum data we have to provide to create the item. Based on that information, we have to prepare this template. Reality, this template will share to the business who is responsible for item management from the client side. Will explain this template to the team and will give this template to the team. They'll fill the data in these sheets and we collect and we load into the system. Now we will discuss how to prepare the data. How client team will provide the data in this template. We'll go through that. Okay. Here you can give the batch ID. Any ID you can give. Just for our testing purpose, I'm giving the ID as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The batch number. Okay. You can give the same or you can give different batches. Say you are giving so multiple items you are going to create. For multiple items, batch ID may be same, but batch number you may give different, or else it could be same. Okay, this is just for grouping purpose. This batch ID or batch numbering for grouping purpose. So item number. We will go and check in instance how the item number is available, as we are using root item class. We are finding very frequently others are changing that number option. As of now, what is the status? We will check. Item class. Manage item classes. Root item class, select, click on edit. Go to item management. This is a number. We will set one number so that you can identify the item number. I'm just going to give item number system should generate from. Okay, this is starting number. So this is a number system has to follow to generate the number. Or else you can set here user defined. So you have to enter the number in the template itself. So since we are setting the number here, we no need to provide any number at template level. Done. So number generation method we have as a automatic number. So I'm not giving any item number here. System will generate the item number. And here you can give the organization code. Okay, organization code. So, so what is our organization code? Here, what we can do is go to item creation page so that we can select organization name and template name and other details, whatever we require to prepare this template. Let's go to item creation page. Go to navigator under procure under product management, click on product information management task. Just wait for a moment. Go to task list. Create item. We created items from this task. What is our item master organization name? MIO item master, MIM we given. And this is the item class we are using. These are the different templates are available. Now you can take this item master organization name. That is MIM. Description for item. System will generate the item number and what description you want to provide. Just for testing purpose, we'll give the name as FBDI1. Okay, item description is FBDI1 and template name. By using which template you want to create the item. Let's use purchased item template. Say purchased item. And source system code and all. The source system and all not mandatory. This is just for information purpose. Okay, if you want to track from which system you are bringing this data, you may provide source system code and the reference, etc. Otherwise, these details are not mandatory. Okay, we given transaction type as a create, batch ID, batch number. It could be same or different. Item number we are not giving. System will generate the item number based on the setup. The item we are going to create in which item master organization, MIM, item master organization. Description, the item name, the item number, system will generate. So item description we have at item class level. Description is user defined. Okay? So that is the reason we are giving user defined, just we are giving the name and template name. By using this template, system has to create the item. And you can check few other columns. Item class name. Okay, we can use this root item class by using, because our inventory organization, item master inventory organization, we added into this root item class. That means if you are going to create items from this item master organization, by using this only you can create the items. So provide root item class, and we have to provide primary unit of measurement, life cycle phase, item status, etc. Here you select purchased item template, and if you say OK, say yes. If template level those details are there, it will default, otherwise we have to set. It is taking item status, life cycle phase, user item type. This all it is defaulting. Okay, this all are it is defaulting. That means you no need to provide here. No need to provide, because those all are available at this item class, item template level. Which item template we selected? Purchased item template level. These fields are already available. We can go and check also. You can go to item class, root item class. Task list. Search. Item class. Task is manage item classes. Select root item class, click on edit. Go to templates. So which template we are using? Purchased item. Here our item master organization name you can give. Okay, this is a template we are going to use. If you notice here, the item status already set as active. Life cycle phase is production. The user item type is purchased item. Primary unit of measurement is each. So these details are already available at item template level. That is the reason again you don't need to enter here. You don't need to enter primary unit of measurement. That will be copied from this template only. Life cycle phase, item status is all you don't need to provide. Okay. So we have many attributes when you create the item, right? The same attributes you can see here. Okay, these all attributes system will default from the purchased item template. Purchased item template level, what are the different attributes are available as a yes or no, all system will update. The next one is revisions. Revisions are not mandated, that is separate concept. When you deal with the revisions, we'll discuss. Not required, you can remove. Category assignments also, we have seen how to assign multiple categories at a time with mass changes. With that you can do, or else you can specify here. I'm not going to specify the item is belongs to which category. And the relationships and all item not required. This information is not mandatory. And associations. After loading the items, we'll assign the items to child inventory. Here we don't want to provide. So here, whatever you see, this is not mandatory. However, we require later also we can assign. I'm going to remove the data which is available under different sheets. Whatever the information you provided, there is a key information to create the item. You can remove this. Just remove. Okay, remove the sample data which is available under different tabs. Okay, in the very first tab, whatever the data we provided, with this we can create item. If you want to assign this item to child inventory, you can go to this sheet. Okay, associations. Here you can provide the inventory organization. This is all you can do with mass changes. Okay, that is the best option. So simply you can assign multiple items to inventory organization at a time. Done. We prepared the data. Now, what we'll do is let's create multiple items for our testing also. We'll create 5 items. So reality, this is how we get the data from the client. The batch ID, batch number, you can keep the same number for multiple records also, no issues. Any item number, it will unique number, it will generate for every item. And description you can change. Item description you can change. So FBDI 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are the items. For all items, we want to use the same template, purchased item template only we want to use. We want to create these 5 items in this same item master organization. Item number would be unique. Now, so after preparing the data, what we have to do is we have to create the data file, or you can call it as a CSV file. System will create CSV file, comma separated values file, and that file information will take into zip file automatically. We'll see that. To create the data files or to create the CSV files, you can go to instructions under CSV generation. Okay, instructions under CSV generation and click on generate CSV file. Click on generate CSV file. It is generating CSV file. And this file, let's save into the same folder. So better you can give the prefix as a Mayo. The reason is when we place this file in the UCM, there could be a number of files with the same name. This is how system generates the name. So to keep our file name unique, you can give prefix as a Mayo. So system is creating the zip file. Say save. Wait for a moment. It has to fetch the data from this template to the zip file. In the zip file, it creates CSV file. Now you can see the message CSV and zip file have been created. Say OK. Done. Now go to the same zip file what system created. So this is a file system created. Open the zip file. Within that, for each sheet, okay, within the template, for each sheet it created separate file. But we provided data only in this sheet, system item interface. The rest of, you can see there is no data. Okay. Now you have to submit this entire zip file. Directly, you cannot submit CSV files in this process. Okay. Now what is the next step? We have to place the CSV file in the UCM. How to place this CSV file? CSV file means here zip file. In zip file only we have CSV files. How to place that zip file in the UCM we'll see. If you want to place the CSV file in the UCM, go to Navigator. Under Tools, you can find one task called as File Import and Export. Click on this task. And here you can add it. Click on Upload. And select File. After selecting File, we have to specify the account. In which account? UCM, in which account the file should be placed. That account you can find here. The account is UCM account for this item template data, SCM item import. This is the account we have to use. Okay, first choose file. Here is the file. Select this file, we have to place in which account. So SCM item import. So save and close. We place the file here. Now the next step is we have to populate the data in interface tables. Now the data is available in the UCM specific account. In that file, whatever the data is available, the data we have to move to interface. We cannot move that file from UCM to interface tables. Within that file, whatever the data we have, the data we can move to interface tables. We'll see that. So if you want to move the data from UCM to interface tables, we have to submit one job. Go to Tools, Schedule Processes. Click on Schedule New Process. The job name is Load Interface File for Import. Okay, Load Interface File for Import. And search for Load Interface. Use tab, it will fetch the job name. Okay, this is a job name, Load Interface File for Import. What is the purpose of this job? It will transfer setup or transaction data files from user specified location to interface tables. We are going to specify the location as where we have that file. So within the file, whatever the data is available, that it will populate in the interface tables. Into this interface tables, it will move. Say OK. And import process. So this is the actual job name. And again, we have to select import process name also. What import process we have to select here? That you can find here itself. From where we download a template, there itself you can see import process name. Import process name is item import job. The job name is item import. You find item import job. Select and say OK. So already we placed file in the UCM. The files what we place in the UCM, those files you can find from this parameter. So click on drop down. So this is our file. Okay, Mayo, this is our name we given, select it. Now click on submit. Now within this file, whatever the data we have, the data system will move to interface tables. It will take some time, please wait. Okay, we could see this all job status is succeeded. And verify the load interface file for import job status. Status is succeeded. Fine. Now, so now the data is available in interface tables. Which interface tables? In these interface tables. So we provided data related to this table only. The rest is optional. Later you can do the changes or assignments through mass changes. Already we have seen how we can update the item related information through mass changes. Right. Now we have to import the data into base table so that you can see the data from system side. So to import the data into base tables, we have to submit the same job. This is job we have to submit once again. Okay. Here, you click on the schedule new process, the same job is reflecting. You can remove and you can select other job. Instead of doing that, you can refresh this page navigation. Again, go to schedule processes page. Now click on schedule new process. So which job we have to submit to import the data from interface tables to base tables? Item import. Search for item import. And this is job. Okay, import item import. So what it will do, it will import the items into product hub. Okay. Items data can be stored in the product hub, and those items you can access from the different other applications also. The very initial classes we discussed, what are the different applications are part of product management. Now say okay. Now data is available in this interface table. So within this interface tables, there could be many items data. At which items you want to import, you have to provide the parameter accordingly. So you can give the batch ID or else you can give the organization name. So the batch ID and all we have here. File. If you open the zip file, you can see that. So here we give it system item interface. In this file you can find what is the batch ID we given 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the batch ID and this is the batch number. That's how we give it. So the same you can give for how many records the batch ID is applicable. Only those records it will import into application. So here you can give batch ID, whatever you have in the template. Or else you can give your item master organization name here. Items which are available in the interface tables, which are belongs to our item master organization, only those items system will import. Submit. Say okay. Refresh. It will call multiple child jobs. Okay, after completing all the child job status as a succeeded, we can go and check. This is item import we submitted. It is calling the child job called as import items into product hub, and few other jobs also. It will call automatic. Item import, pre-processing. It will verify the same item is already available or not available. If available, what data is different. Transaction type you selected as what, create or update or sync. This is all it will verify. Accordingly, it will take the action. There are a few more jobs it will trigger. How to wait. So item import child job. Okay. This is the last job. No other jobs it will call. Done. So you could see all the job status is succeeded. Item import. This is what we submitted. It is calling many child jobs. These are all the child jobs it is calling. All the job status is succeeded. Now we can go and find the items. You can go and find the items. So go to product information management. Go to task list. Manage items. So we created 5 items. The 5 item description we given as a FBDI. FBDI 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we created items by using the same root item class. We are searching in the root item class only. So FBDI, you can give FBDI, click on search, it will display those 5 items. FBDI 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The numbers 50101, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the number we set at this item class level. Accordingly, it is triggering the number. And this is the organization, item master organization. This is the item class we use. Now we can go and assign the these items to child organization, or else you can use the mass changes. So here we didn't specify any information. Assignments, as per template, we didn't provide any data. The reason this item is created by using Myo item master organization only. These items we have to assign to child inventory. So we'll assign these 5 items to child inventory. Select, go to item mass changes, drop down, and say assign to organization. Template level, you can provide that assignments, or else after creating, you can assign from here. You want to assign these 5 items to which child organization. Click on add. What is our child organization code? Myo $inventory. Search. Select. Say apply. And click on done. And say OK. Submit. No need to change any parameters here. Directly submit. It will trigger the process. After completing that process, you can see the changes against those items as those are assigned to child organization. So this process also will trigger multiple jobs. Go to schedule processes. Refresh. It is just calling these jobs. It will take minimum 1 minute time to complete all this. Okay, we can see all the jobs are completed. Now we'll go and check. Again, you try to find the same items. Now you can see the assignments also is showing. FBDI 1 that we created within this item master, that is assigned to child inventory, that is $inventory. For all these records, you could see the same. Here it directly is showing. It is assigned to Myo $inventory, $inventory, $. Now 10 records. One is as per item master, one as per child organization. So already we have seen like how to change the description, etc. Through mass changes, you can do it. So that's how you can load the data. And in this process, placing the file in the UCM is not mandatory. Okay. Without placing the file in the UCM also, you will be able to execute it. Okay. So you can prepare the data to create files. Directly you can populate the data into interface tables. You don't need to place the file in the UCM. We'll see without placing the file in UCM how we can load the data. We'll create one item and we'll execute, and we'll discuss. If you place a file in the UCM, what is the benefit? If you don't place, how system is going to execute this process, we will discuss. So where is that template? So this is a template. Open this template. Remove the sample data. We'll create only one item. Test it. Create. So batch ID I'm giving 112233. So item number system will generate. Organization code is Mayo item master. The item number system will generate. The description you have to provide. FBDI. We created 1 to 5. Now we are going to create 6. Template name is purchased item. And you can provide item class, root item class. By using this root item class, we want to create item. So template level only we have many parameters. So all system will default during the item creation. The other template level, whatever the sample data we have, that you can remove. Just remove that sample data. And remove this sample data so that we can process this. Okay. Only we are going to create one item to test how we can bypass the file placing in the UCM. So go to instructions on CSV generation and click on generate CSV file. I want to give the name. Already we used Mayo 1. Okay. Or else now you can take the file name as this, no issues, because you are not going to place in the UCM. If you place the file in the UCM, it may the same name other files may be available. So we cannot understand which file is ours and which file is loaded by others. Now we are not going to place. You can keep this file as it is in our folder. No issues. Save it. It will create CSV file under zip file. So to get that confirmation message, we have to wait. CSV in the zip file have been created. Say OK. Now file is ready. We don't want to place in the UCM. Directly we want to populate in the interface tables. To populate the data in the interface tables, we have to submit the job called as load interface file for import. Go to schedule processes. Schedule new process. Search for load interface file for import. So this is job name. You can say okay. So import process name is item import. Select item import as a sub process name. Now, where is the data file? If you place the data file in the UCM, you can find here in this list, you can find. But we didn't place our file in this UCM. These files are placed by others. Okay. So if file is not available in the UCM, directly you can browse from here. You can upload from by using this option. If you have files in the UCM, what is the advantage? Say, for example, two consultants are working on this item upload process. And if you place the files in the UCM, that files will be available within the instance. Anyone can access. If you don't place the files in the UCM, who has access to those files in their mission, only they can perform this activity. Okay, if you place the files in the UCM, those will be available for everyone to execute this process. If you don't place the files in the UCM, if you keep in your mission, only you can perform this activity. Even if you are going to place that file, the file data, if you are going to populate in the interface tables directly from here, system will route this process through UCM. Okay, system will route this process through UCM. So no file we have in UCM. We are going to select the file from our system. Click on upload a new file. Choose file. So here is the file. This is the file. Select. Say okay. Submit. Say okay. Refresh. So this is job we submitted, status is succeeded. Now we have to submit item import job to move the data from interface to base tables. Just refresh this page in navigation. Schedule new process. This is a job name, item import. So select item import job. Say okay. In the batch ID we given 111223. Submit.
Lakshman, what about the validations, Lakshman?
So which validations?
Like usually in EBS, we uh, import from staging to interface, and from interface it validate and it sends to base table, right?
Yeah, see what happens is, so when we are loading the data into interface, okay, as per interface tables, the value should be number or alphanumeric. How the properties are available in each and every column, it will validate, it will verify. And if any mandatory field, if you are providing, then it will accept. Otherwise, in this stage only the record will get failed. After that, when we are bringing the data here, for example, in the template level, you give an item class. The item class is not available in the application. If you give in the template level, if you prepare the data, it will okay, it will accept. It will take up to interface level. Where from interface tables, when data is moving to base tables, it will verify the item template is available or not, the item class is available or not, the unit of measurement is available or not. Whatever the data you are just bringing into the system as item definition, those details are available or not, it will verify. Now we submitted this process. So everything system identified, those are available. We given the data which is available, the item class or template, etc. Validations are there. Validations are there. If anything is not available, it will fail. The entire process of loading from interface to base tables, it will fail. But before coming to interface, so the data may be available, may not be available in the base tables. But if the data is going to be presented as per the columns which are mandatory, as per the columns where number is required, accordingly system will accept if all are available. Otherwise, interface stage itself, it will reject. That means when you run the here, when you run the load interface file for import, when you load it, it will fail. It won't take into interface also. Those are standard basic validations are already available. That system will check.
So where can we look for those logs or error messages?
What is that?
If there are any records failing in the interface or while doing item import.
Here only the process will end with error, and you can select the record like this. Select record like this. Scroll here, it will show log and output files. Okay. So you can download the file and you can look into that.
Okay.
You can find for anything. Based on the status, you can check. Select and you can check from.
So Lakshman, one more question. Can we query? I mean, is there a way for us to query those interface tables from front end?
Yes. We'll see that how to write SQL query. From there we can see.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll take you through that. Okay. So in one session, I'll take you through how to, from where you can write SQL queries. So I'll navigate to that page. Along with that, we'll see how to prepare the OTBA reports. Those I'll cover in one session. Done. Now we'll go and check item is loaded or not. Go to product information management. Go to task list, manage items. We created item with a description called as FBDI 6. The direct is 6. You can. This item we didn't assign to child organization. So FBDI 6, item number 50106 created. Now you may assign this item to the child organization through manual process, because this is just only one item. Go to associations, click on add, $, inventory, select So which template? Same. Purchased item template. Or else child inventory organization level, you may assign different template also. You're assigning the same. Say apply. Click on that. Okay. So that's all about how to load the items by using FBDI template. Okay. So we have seen how to update the items related information from ADFDI, Application Development Framework Desktop Integrator. We have seen, and we have seen these are the activities we did. We have seen how to create item through manual process, how we can create item by copying existing item, how to create multiple items at a time, how to do the mass updates against the items. And it could be like category assignments or organization assignments or description changes or item class changes. And this also we tested. From spreadsheet also you can do the changes. This is all about ADFDA. So just now we tested how to load the data by using FBDI templates. So in tomorrow's session, we'll start with the transactions within the inventory. So apart from this, anything else related to items is left, those we will see along with those transaction creations and all. In tomorrow's session, we are going to start working on the transactions. So first we'll see what are the different transactions we can record in the inventory as a standalone application within the inventory. Later we'll see with the P2P and O2C cycles how the process can be handled, how to create the requisitions, purchase orders, how to create receipt against the purchase order. Along with that, how to create invoice and the payables based on the PO, based on the PO and receipt. We'll test all those scenarios. So that's all for today. We'll connect tomorrow and we'll proceed with the transaction creation part in the tomorrow session.